Hello folks, Lana here with another video. I'm going to be sharing some thoughts and learnings from a 2-day virtual workshop that I'm doing with the Embody Lab as a participant. And you can find them online. They've got memberships, but they also have a lot of free resources in terms of courses and lots of really great practitioners from a broad variety of areas, and they do sessions with Gabor Mate, so I think that's kind of how it flagged for me, since I've been really delving into a lot of his work. But I just want to share some things that stood out to me in a session that I just had on relational trauma and healing, and a lot of it really resonated with how Greg and I approach our relationship in life, and also some things that I and we continue to work on. But the first thing is just that conflict and discomfort is something that often in our cushy, comfortable Western society we are told that it's that's something to avoid at all costs, and that in an ideal world we want to be comfortable and not in any kind of conflict at all times in our relationships. So, but that is kind of a barrier to a lot of growth, and we can use the analogy of a baby teething, and their teeth are pushing through their gums and it's really uncomfortable and it doesn't feel great, and this discomfort in this growth and transition phase. But having the teeth coming in is a good thing, it's a necessary thing, but it comes with discomfort, and so that's just something we need to accept. And so it just made me kind of think about how oftentimes, I think if we talk about our relationships, if it's positive, then it's, we never fight or we don't fight. And then if it's negative, it's like, oh yeah, we're fighting all the time. And you know what? That might not even be the best indicator, because also it's like, how do you argue and have disagreements? And because disagreements can be productive and can be really good in terms of moving through better understanding each other and learning to live better alongside each other. So that was a great point that I wanted to share, because I think it challenges some of the ways that we often think about relationships and conflict. And then in that same vein of comfort, what was also discussed was that often when relationships start to feel too comfortable and like we're no longer living with a lover but with a roommate, it can be because we are recreating the safe, comfortable, parental relationships that we crave. We want that nurturer. We want that person to love and accept us and be there for us at all times and be our anchor and be our security. And I see that in a lot of the things that I appreciate about my relationship. My partner is someone that I can really count on, and that is a great thing. Don't get me wrong. But it becomes an issue when it's sort of a codependent process where we are seeking another person to fulfill those needs we didn't get met in early childhood development. And in order to cultivate or recultivate more of that passion in a relationship, we need to take responsibility for the needs that we want to have met and learn to create security within ourselves. And a lot of that comes from the process of individuation, and it's a process that in the workshop they talked about starts normally at age 20, and I would argue, maybe a little bit even earlier, because I think your teenage years are a lot of separating from your parents and your family and who they might want you to be, and discovering who you actually are. But it can also come from experiencing some of your first big challenges in life, and discovering more about yourself and realizing, what's your personality and what's not, and like how is that different now versus what it was before, and seeing yourself differently. And anyways, often when we're in relationships and romantic relationships, there can so easily become no longer a me and you, it's a we. And again, that's where that codependency happens. So we really need to work to obviously think about the we and the us, because you are in partnership with another. Because you are in partnership with another, but to never lose sight of the I and the you and the separateness. And I think I've talked about this before, how it can be uncomfortable to think about being separate individuals in a relationship who do not own each other and do not have any specific amount of time guaranteed to one another. Again, even if you're married and you've signed the legal documents, any number of things can happen in life to change that course. And so we need to continue to put that in perspective for ourselves and nurture ourselves as individuals and take responsibility for our needs and wants. And honor that for our partner to do the same thing. If we hold our partner like they don't belong to us, that is going to help us appreciate and treat every moment that we do have with them as precious, which again, that dulling of appreciation for your partner is something that happens so often in long-term, especially monogamous relationships. Yeah, and I just want to leave off on, again, sort of in that same vein of taking responsibility for your needs and wants, is also not expecting your partner or other people, friends, family in your lives to be on that same journey of healing, and that it can be easy to have the ego come in and you start feeling kind of arrogant and like, oh, look at me, I'm doing all this awesome work. If only I could, pull some other people along. If you want others to come along on that journey, you need to start first by reaching out your hand. And because one, you can't force anyone else to do anything. You only control yourself. And it will be super disempowering if you are, constantly not dragging your partner along to workshops that you find interesting, but they didn't have that urge and desire within themselves. So honor the journey that you're on, honor the journey that other people are on, and before you start judging other people or being arrogant or being unforgiving or not very generous in your perspectives of others, reach out your hand first and role model the behaviors that you want to see in the community that you want to build. Yeah. Lots of rambles there, but this was session 1 of today, so I'm sure I'm going to have many more thoughts to share. But yeah, definitely check out the Embody Lab. I only just found out about them literally a week ago, and I think this was a really great resource, this totally free webinar to get to be a part of. So I'm sure they would have future events similar to this, so definitely something you might want to keep an eye out for. And I've been really appreciating that a lot of the sessions it's not just someone talking at you, they might take you through a meditation or like a self-touch sort of practice. There's experiential components to it too. Okay, see y'all in the next one, and thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.